Hello everyone, I just wanted to make a quick little tutorial on how to make a delicious, satisfying adult type trail mix. A lot of the trail mixes come with like M&Ms and peanuts and all those things in it, and since when we grow up our tastes change and also our dietary needs change, I thought I'd put together this little trail mix. So what I have here in this pan, over here, these are dried blueberries. I pretty much got everything from Sam's Club. So this is 14 ounces of dried blueberries in this corner. In this corner we have 14 ounces of dried cherries. They had tart cherries at Sam's Club, so that's what I bought. Down over here we have Sun-made chocolate covered raisins. My husband doesn't care for dark chocolate. They have plenty of other dark chocolate options if you don't want to go the milk chocolate route. Obviously it's added sugar and all of that stuff, but instead of the M&Ms, the chocolate covered raisins are just a little different take on that. It doesn't have the nice crunchy shell, but I added that with we still have that with the nuts. So, and then over here we have whole raw almonds. I caution against using the roasted, treated, salted versions of these because that's a lot of salt to add to your trail mix, when you have here in the middle a lovely pile of pistachios. And these are whole shelled pistachios. So you can just toss those right into your trail mix. And they have a lot of salt on them. So that's the only salt one I'm going to use. So the reason that you do trail mix this way is you always want your fruit, your nuts, and your chocolate. And you also want your salty sweet and your crunch. And that's just how I've always made trail mix, and how it always turns out the best is if you have all of the elements in there. And what you do after you got, let me go over the proportions. So I said these were 14 ounces. I used about 4 cups of almonds because I wanted a few more almonds than the fruit. This is about 4 cups or 3 cups of chocolate covered raisins because you don't want to overpower everything with chocolate, and if it melts it makes a huge mess. And then this is an entire 24 ounce bag of pistachios because that is the only salt, and because they're very small, and also I just like them the best. Now that I've touched all over this, I'm going to tell you to use a lovely wooden spoon and just stir all of this up. Alright, so now that we have that all completely stirred together and homogeneous, you'll want to look at it and make sure there's a good ratio of, you know, chocolate piece to blueberry piece to cherry piece to almond to pistachio. I really like this layout because I think if you want to test it, just take a handful, because that's kind of what you want, is a little bit of everything in every handful. So now, a serving size for each individual thing is a 1/4 cup. So a serving size for one of these will be a 1/4 cup. So it's about that much. So about a handful. Nobody ever eats that much. If you're on a particular diet plan, you may want to go ahead and put your servings out in these little bags so that you don't accidentally ingest too many calories at a time. The reason that I say a 1/4 cup is the right amount is because each individual thing, about a 1/4 cup is a serving, and each individual thing ranges from 130 calories to 170 calories, so about an average of per serving. It depends on how much chocolate and things you put in here, but they'll be about 150 calories per little bag like that. Alright, so you don't want to eat too many of these at once, but they are a good little snack, and so just as long as you have a nice even balance, it should be about 150 calories per bag. And you'd be surprised how filled up you get on this. So that's a nice thing to pop into your lunch, to pop in as a snack, or just have around the house whenever you have a sugar crash. So there you have it. Alright, as you can see, it makes 1 gallon bag using the proportions that I used. And then, like I said, you may want to instead package them all in these smaller bags.